So I've been in the market for a new Dutch oven, but I didn't want a new Dutch oven. I wanted a used Dutch oven, right? So I was talking to my coworker about it, and she gave me this beauty. And you know what she told me? She said, good luck. She hands it to me and says, good luck. And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Well, boy, howdy, was she right. And I'm going to warn you, this video is not for the faint of heart. Just got this from my coworker, Joanne, and I'm going to show you how we're going to make her look brand new. So maybe you're like me, and you have a friend or a family member that gave you a beauty like this, and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get this thing clean. Well, I'm going to show you in some easy steps with some basic things that you might have around the house that we're going to make this baby look brand new. And so we're going to start off. I'm going to show you we're going to be using some Barkeeper's Friend. Not your typical cast iron restoration cleaning thing. But I'm going to show you how we're going to use this in some hot water. And we're going to see if that can get this baby looking pristine and brand new. And then if we got to try a different technique, we will. But we're going to try this first. So hang tight. I'm going to show you the first step. So the first steps is you want to have a big pot that you can heat the water up. So we're going to go ahead and fill this up with water. And then I'm going to kind of walk you through the idea of what we're going to do next. So while that's filling up, you want a big container. Like this is like one of those paint buckets, but it's actually wider than your typical paint bucket. The idea is we want that pan, this old crusty baby right here, she needs to fit in there, but I want the most condensed amount of space so we're not wasting liquid. So that's why I'm doing that. Heat this water up. We're basically going to use hot water, and we're going to start breaking down some of that rust with this Barkeeper's Friends. All right, so we're moving that pan to the stove. So meanwhile, we want this water to get hot. That's the idea, real hot. So now she's hot. We're going to do some basic rinsing right now. We're not doing any crazy scrubbing. I want this cast iron to get wet. I want it to start opening up a little bit and wake this baby up from the dead. She's been neglected a little bit. So here we go. Just trying to get it wet. Okay, so then what we're going to do next, we got our Barkeeper's Friend. So we're just starting early. This isn't going to be the end all be all. We're just getting it woken up a little bit. So there's that. Let's get her around. And I really want to hit these rust spots. What? Old Barkeeper's a little crusty, isn't she? Alright, so I'm just going to kind of rub it in a little bit. Again, we're not getting too crazy because the hot water is going to do most of the work. Just try to get her a little wet. So and see, you can already see, just using my hand, it's already getting it going. All right, so now we'll set that lid over there. Pour some of this water out. Break this up a little bit better. She's gotten a little bit crusty on me. Meanwhile, I'm just going to fill this up with water. We're going to do the back a little bit later. I'm not, because the rust is mainly on the lid. As you can see, I mean, definitely rusty. So we're going to work on that. But I'm just going to fill this up a little bit and just let that Barkeeper's Friend do its thing. And we're going to be letting that the water's heating up in the background. So we're just going to let this kind of hang out and start reacting to everything. So I'm going to go ahead and put this lid just to the side like that. And we're going to wait. So what we're going to do first is we're going to use more of that Barkeeper's Friend. We're going to go ahead and just coat the bottom. Just give it a good coat because we want that to help break down everything. And basically we want that hot water to help us out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're not going to do that. I want to get this baby upside down. And there's that little handle on there, so that's going to definitely gonna help us. So put that lid like that. Actually, yeah, do it like that. And now that water, she's been a boiling, but don't want her to be quite at a boil. So we're gonna go ahead and put that hot water in here. So like this. You can see that steam. Alright. So I don't know if you hear that. That's the water going underneath the pan. Go ahead and put a little more in here. Alright. Go ahead and fill her up. And that should cover everything. Except the lid's not all the way over. Let's see where we go. Alright. Okay. So we're in business. We're going to let that soak for about an hour. In the meantime, I'm going to fill our water bucket up again. I'm going to go ahead and do another batch. Then, after the first time, we're going to take that brush to it. We're going to get the brush. We're going to get the scrubbing on that baby. So you can see a good amount of steam coming off of that hot water, and we're going to let it, like I said, for about an hour. We're going to let her just do its thing. Let water and some Barkeeper's friend hang out together and see what can happen. So it's been about 30 minutes, and you can already see that this rust is coming off, which is great. The only problem is that I don't have enough water in here to cover the top of the pan. So I have that hot water going, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some more Barkeeper's friend on top, like this, and then I'm going to add in some more hot water just to fill it. Okay, so now you can see it's fully submerged, so I'm going to give it about another 35, maybe 40 minutes, and then we're going to come and we're going to start scrubbing. It's been about an hour, and we're going to go ahead and start scrubbing. This is just one of those grill brushes that you use for a grill. I mean, that's all we need. We're just trying to get all the surface rust off. And you can see rust is just coming right off. Set this to the side. Ow, hot. So you can see this already. Oh yeah. We're gonna go ahead and put the lid back in there. We're just gonna scrub. And be careful, water gets hot. I don't know if y'all can see how we still have some caked on seasoning right here and around on the bottom. I mean, at the end of the day, that's not the end of the world because we're going to re-season it, but you see that where it's caked on right there? We're going to have to work on that for sure. What I'm going to do, put some of our friend in here, kind of make a slurry. Oops, let me get this out. A little stubborn. So we're going to use some of that steel wool because that nylon brush just isn't doing the trick. There we go. And you really want to make sure you get the inside of this pan as best as you can because this is where all your food's going. So we're going to have more of that Barkeeper's friend. Get it up on the sides. Okay. Take this lid back out. I'm gonna hit that with some steel wool as also. So we're gonna come around the back. Just give her a nice scrub. Like I said, I'm trying to get all the areas where the cooking surface is gonna be. Even though you're not gonna cook on the outside, it'll look pretty. It'll look prettier. Put some of our friend on there. Barkeeper's friend. I mean, can he be my friend even though I'm not keeping bar? That's the question. Oh, there you go. Look at there. Yeah. Get all that crusty off. Looking purty. Looking mighty purty. Now we're gonna see what we got. You can see now, got all that crust off. Looking much better. So, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna empty out, actually, ooh, ow, still nice and hot. Add some more of my Barkeeper friend. And then, put her back in, like so, and put the lid on, like that. We're gonna let it set for another 35, maybe 40 minutes, so hang tight. It's been about an hour. Ooh, look at that. That's looking good. Oh yeah. Oh, she's looking pretty. Here. Or just the scrubbing. We still got a little bit of Crusties on the outside, but all in all, I think I'm very pleased with the way this has turned out. So go ahead and hit it with our friend again, our Barkeeper's friend. And this time, we're gonna scrub this lid. Just try to make like a slurry in a hurry. We're starting to run low on my friend. And this brush is better when you have the lid with the little notches on there so you don't mess up your knuckles. Alright, so we're gonna let that soak for, I don't know, probably about 15-20 minutes. We're gonna have to go to plan B and get a little more aggressive with this rust because Barkeeper's friend really isn't doing the trick. So our pan here, she's been a little stubborn, so we're gonna do that vinegar bath because some of this rust just isn't wanting to come off. So sometimes you just gotta wing it. It's gonna be 1 part vinegar to 1 part water. So that's what we're gonna do now. There's one. Now let's get number 2. And no, we're not making pickles. I know you will probably want some pickles, but we're not pickling the cast iron today. Let's see here. Might be able to finagle that lid. Get it under there. 1 thing of water, 1 thing of vinegar. Alright, here's number 2. Going in. Alright, I'm gonna finagle this lid. Yeah, that ought to work. So as you can see, sometimes you gotta kind of change things up, and that hot water bath and the Barkeeper's friend, it definitely helped out, but at the same time, it wasn't as aggressive as we needed to get the rest of the rust off this pan. And we want it to look new, right? Or like new. So anyway, we're gonna let this sit. You know, people say check in intervals of 30 minutes. So we're gonna come in and check on it in about 30 minutes. In about 30 minutes, let's see how this old girl's doing. She's been a tough old rascal, I'll tell you that. Well, looks like we're getting a lot of the rust off. That's a good thing. See, now we're getting dark. Yep. A little bit of Crusties right here. Put that steel wool and do the grinding. Get that grind. So, it's about as good as I'm gonna get it this round. Now the lid. Let's see how she's doing. Ow. Steel rust. Getting on my fingers. Just gonna keep scrubbing. Ow. Be careful with the steel rust, or the steel wool, I should say. Go a little bit longer. You see? See the brown? It's getting there. Almost there. Alright, this time we're gonna do her like that. I went ahead and cut it short. Went ahead and did it for 30 minutes. But ow. I'm about to get a different steel wool. There you go. So we are going to just give her one more scrub. And we're going to just go ahead and just risk it for a biscuit. We're going to let the heat burn off the rest, because we got all the big chunkies off. I think we're going to be fine. So we're going to go ahead and call it good. And one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to dry this off before you start. That's metal. Before we start seasoning it, you want to dry it off. And how we're going to do that is on the stove. So meanwhile, you can see, oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all that coming off. Yeah, everything's off the lid. This guy right here is getting a little stubborn. Go ahead and get a little more vinegar. Some vinegar for the pot. You can see getting down and dirty. And we don't have to get every little detail out, but I just really want to do my best, because we put a lot of work into this, a lot of time today. Get the outside real good. The last thing you want to do is put all that work in, and then it's going to backfire on you. You don't want it to backfire on you. So look at that, we just got a little bit left here. I don't know, maybe we should let that soak. Yeah, that's not, I think a lot of that'll come off. If anybody has a Dutch oven, which this is my first Dutch oven like this. I have one of those enameled Dutch ovens, and It's way less maintenance, but once I get this baby going, it should be fine. It's just a matter of just getting everything off. It's those little cow udders. I don't know what you call them. You know what these things are, guys? What they're called? The little deals? Feel free to comment below. Let me know. Because they are a pain in the butt. I think we're going to call this good. Yeah. I'm going to let that baby dry. So meanwhile, we got old... I don't know what we're going to call her yet. I'm just going to do this with the lid. Whew. All right, guys. That was exhausting. And when Joanne told me you're going to need some luck, boy, was she right. Because if you made it this far, that's just the first part. That's just the scrubbing down. We still got to season this baby and get her ready for cooking perfection. So you can either click the link in the comments or you can click the little button on the side, play next. Let's get into part 2 where we're going to season this and get it ready for cooking.